Peter Franklin is the Gabby Cabby in New York City. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning. Welcome to Putz City.
Well, I got to tell you, I knew it. I have a friend, Rob, who said, I can't wait to hear from Peter tomorrow morning because traffic is just
Every
miserable.
moron in the world is here. Every evil bum in the world is here. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And now I'll talk about the foreigners. We got the Secret I've already had my first fight with a Secret Service guy. What an idiot.
Wow.
I was going to pick up somebody at a hotel on 55th Street. So the guy says to me, you can't go down the street. So I said, okay, but I got to pick up some people who are from Denmark and don't speak English very well. What do I do? He said, well, that's your problem. So I would have hit him, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
So as I started to try to figure out what to do, a New York City cop came over to me and says, don't worry about it. Double park. Call him up on the phone. Tell him to walk over to the car. I'll see that you don't get a ticket. So how's that for a rousing, cheering, fantastic New York City cop?
Well, that's a great story. And I got to tell you something. If you've been to New York and you take a cab, when Peter pulls up, it's like Back to the Future. It's like a moment in, because Peter, you look like and you sound and you act like you are the typical, legendary, iconic New York City cabbie.
Well, let's be honest. Isn't it true that you sent me off to drama school to learn?
Yeah, you've done a great job. Very well done.
It's all part of this con you're pulling on your listeners.
Hey.
I'm actually an actor from England.
Hurricane, we're all paying attention to this hurricane that's coming up, this Category 5 that's coming up and going into the Bahamas all over again. But there's a hurricane that's on its way towards New York City right now, and it's like a Category 1, but stay away from the beaches.
Yeah, well, they're saying there's going to be riptides and this, that, and the other thing. And, every time something happens overseas, like this kind of a disaster and the other hurricanes, it really does affect New York City because we have lots of those people here. So, I mean, now they're saying it's going to hit the Dominican Republic and Haiti again and Puerto Rico. Well, everybody here has family over there.
Right.
So it becomes more than, just a casual news story. Everybody here goes hysterical, and that's what's going to happen over the next few days. Everybody's going to be very worried. I mean, that's a constant thing, by the way, that a lot of people don't realize with Korea. We got a lot of Koreans in New York, both from north and south.
Right.
Not that many from the north, really. And they're consumed with their worries. So it's an interesting situation. A microcosm, as they would say.
I want to just wrap up here, Peter, with the story about animals. There's a couple of stories. First of all, I want to start with the bats, the bat story, and then there's the tests that are done, rabies tests that are done. But starting with the bats, New Yorkers are talking about their own bat spotting stories right now. What's the reason?
Yeah, I don't know. We're getting a lot of bats, but the funny part about it is, except if you've seen too many Dracula movies, there really isn't any panic over it because the health department is telling us they're a good thing because they eat mosquitoes and all the other little things that we don't want to have here. So even though there's been an awful lot of bat sightings, at least they're not vampire, bats.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's a raccoon problem, and you wouldn't think of New York City with a raccoon problem.
Yeah, well, everybody thinks we're a cement jungle, but we're not. We get a lot of animals. They come in from Westchester. They come in from Long Island, and they probably come on the ferry from New Jersey. So we've had a lot of raccoon sightings. And the other thing is we have a little bit of a scandal. They've been euthanizing. Ooh, that's such a neat word.
Yeah.
Animals who they think have rabies, and it turns out that none of them ever do.
Oh
boy.
It's funny. They're euthanizing all these animals to test. No. Hey, I got one. I finally got one here. And then finally, a teacher in New York City, in the New York City School District, a theater teacher, has just been charged with stealing what?
It's computers and things. And, it's another one of those situations that never ceases to amaze me. They'll say that somebody embezzled $500,000, somebody stole $200,000 worth of computers. Nobody noticed when she took the first computer.
Right.
And then I have a picture of her on the website, Gabby.com. You just wouldn't figure her to have sticky fingers.
Yeah, I guess it's the ones that you wouldn't suspect, right?
That's right, Grandma.
Grandma. Okay, Peter, best tour in New York City. If you're going to New York, hook up with Peter. You can get his information on his website at Gabby.com.
Okay, everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.
The other day, got a break at WIBX.